Okay, we are recording. So, hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Chris Bacula. Welcome to the Chris Bacula Comedy Podcast, and this episode is brought to you by Chandio's Authentic Pakistani Cuisine. Order your lunch, dinner, and pulutan using the link in the description of the video. Kinakabahan ako. And today on this episode, I have a very special guests. Parang hindi ko alam kung tama yung grammar ko. I have guests, okay? Deny nila ako all the way from BGC sa ghetto here in Malabon. I would like to introduce the lovely Samantha Panlilio and Maureen Montagne. Did I get it right?
Galing. No one can say my last name.
Akala ko kasi Montagne nung una ko nakita. So, girls, what's up? Kamusta?
We're doing good.
Mabuti.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us. It was actually quite an adventurous drive here, but pretty fun.
Yes, I made her take a lot of wrong turns. Pasensya.
Did you use Waze going here?
No, we used Apple Maps, and so I guess we don't recommend it coming to the north. No.
Bawal.
Bawal.
Yeah.
Alam mo, mas pagpupunta ka ng ghetto, sa ghetto, Waze or Google Maps.
Yeah. Now we know.
Ayun. So, buti naman napaunlakan niyo yung aking invitation. No?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Akala ko kasi, when I first met her, it was in BGC, in, pwede ko sabihin, in a restaurant in BGC. Kasi parang napag-usapan natin na I have a podcast.
Podcast,
diba?
yeah.
Sabi niya, sige, game, go. Hindi ko alam kung nabibigla ka lang nung sinabi mong go.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I think podcasts are so amazing. I feel like it's a new industry, right? And I feel like people are doing it more now, especially because of COVID and all that. So, yeah, you might as well, diba?
Kasi wala nang di ba nawala yung ABS-CBN?
Yeah.
Totoo. Our whole binibining journey has been during the pandemic. So, we're so grateful to be doing things like podcasts, like guestings, kasi it's been hard even for the queens to be present and to do in-person events. So thank you for having us.
No, the pleasure is all mine. Kasi mga champions kayo nung bawat leagues niyo Sorry, medyo inosente ako sa beauty pageants. Okay. So you are a winner of yung Binibining Pilipinas.
Yes,
yeah.
for Miss Grand.
Miss Grand.
Yes.
2021.
Technically, we are 2020 to 2021.
Yes,
okay.
2 years for competing kasi it was canceled with the pandemic.
Yeah.
So, para di ba kasi iba pa lang yung Miss Universe Philippines.
Iba.
Pandemic. Nag-go pa rin sila. Nag-push through pa rin yata sila
That's true.
I think they also had rescheduling, but yes.
They pushed through with it. Yeah.
Oo. Pinili talaga nila,
Yes.
So, talagang walang competition nung last year? O meron pa rin?
Meron, because we were supposed to compete or have our coronation night last July 2020. But because of that, because it got delayed, so we had our coronation night a year later, which is July 2021. So,
kamustang awkward ba? Kasi parang di ba may social distancing, yung people ini-screen sila, pati kayo kailangan may swab tests.
Yes. So, we had no audience. Pero some girls hated it. I loved it. Kasi no pressure. Nobody's screaming. You don't have to... A lot of times also, the girls spend a lot of tickets for the fans. You might have to buy 100 tickets. So, for us, we only had our makeup artist. We had 5 guests allowed. So, no pressure. Just us and the cameras, which I prefer.
So, you prefer that? Mas magandang pa yung may pressure, di ba?
Hindi.
So ito kasi never pa ako nakanood ng live na beauty pageant. So kamusta yung audience? Parang are they rowdy? Nagbububo sila or we hate you.
wala namang words of hate.
Walang ganun.
Walang words of hate, but if in the pageant industry you say, "Oh, manok ko 'yon," 'di ba? Bet mo 'yon, 'di ba? But so if a person goes or a girl goes who's not your manok, usually,
may mga boos.
May hecklers.
May hecklers.
Marami.
Or if let's say you get a question and you pause, sometimes the audience, which is sayang,
Parang,
sayang, it's not nice. So if you're a fan, please don't do that. It's not nice to the girls.
And for your sa side nyo, you can't rebut. Kasi you're kailangan poise ka eh.
Of course not. You
Di ka
gotta...
pwedeng, fuck you.
No.
Hindi ka pwede.
A queen does not respond to that.
You're just
Diba,
supposed to
hirap?
stand there, smile, and handle it with poise.
Yun, kasi as a stand-up comedian, we bashed. Kailangan namin durugin yung heckler eh, para mag-shut up siya eh. So, hindi ba pinapalabas yung ganun?
No.
Ay,
No.
kasi parang they're ruining the show eh.
No, I mean, it's a free-for-all. I mean, you're an
Oh.
audience. I mean, just come in with respect na lang. But, sometimes people also have the turotot. Is that what you call it?
They allow that inside the, ano?
Yeah. Before.
O dapat walang ganun.
Yeah.
Akala ko,
Nakadistract talaga
yes.
minsan.
Parang fiesta eh. Ano to, fiesta?
I mean, it is a celebration, right?
Celebration of beauty.
Exactly.
Oo. Pero akala ko kasi parang ang vibe doon, parang theater-like. Very prim and proper yung audience. Pero very rowdy pala at times, no?
Hindi. It's like a concert. Kasi swimsuit portion, wow! Everybody's so excited. They're so happy. Evening gown, wow, your bonga moment.
Yeah.
And then Q&A, it's like the presidential debate. They
Yeah.
care more about what the beauty queens say than the political candidates. It's very powerful.
Oo
Yes.
nga. And sometimes yung pa yung nagiging quote ng bansa eh.
True.
Diba? Depende sa... So parang, pag ganun ba, inaaral nyo yun?
Of course, I feel that Q&A training goes along with your pasarela. Pasarela is catwalk in Latin, I believe. And so Q&A training goes with it, but obviously the best thing that you could do is to just be yourself on stage, right? And say something with a genuine heart.
Okay. Na ang mahirap nowadays. Because ang hirap maging authentic eh. Sometimes when you become authentic, you will get judged by people eh. Kasi parang kung magiging authentic self ka, parang hindi ka tanggap ng tao eh. Parang, ay, ganyan pala siya, no? Ganyan pala siya magsalita, no? And meron kayong image na kailangan i-maintain eh. Kasi maraming nag-look up sa inyo eh. Diba?
But I think that's what makes the girls special. How do you make someone fall in love with you? Because everyone on stage is beautiful. That's a given. But now, who's the most intelligent? Who's the best communicator? Who's the kindest? And that's what really makes a queen. So I think the Q&A is actually the most important part. Yes, it can be difficult, but if you know yourself and you know your audience, there's no wrong answer.
Tama. Ang hirap no?
Wow.
Beauty queen
Tapos
answer.
Thank you.
kaya panalo siya, no? Kaya panalo champions eh. Yung actually, wala akong idea what I was getting myself into at first nung inaya kita mag-podcast. And then, sa boss ko lang, because my boss is gay, and we all know na sa gay community, ito yung parang boxing event nila eh.
That's very true.
Diba? Binibining
Very true.
Pilipinas, Miss Universe. So, very passionate sila. Alam nila lahat ng rosters eh.
Yeah.
Yung bawat candidate. Kaya nung pinakita ko yung IG mo sa kanya, parang, kilala ko to, champion.
Parang kaming basketball players
Diba?
ngayon.
O parang kay UFC fighters, di ba? So parang nung sinabi niyo yun, nag-sink in, saka lang nag-sink in sa akin na, oh shit, ano sasabihin ko? Kasi yung podcast ko, baka hindi pa nila napapanood, baka mapasubo kayo, di ba? Yeah. So, thank you for taking the risk,
Of
di ba?
course.
Hindi man ako magbibigay ng parang, di ba may mga ibang shows na nang iipit ng guest nila? Wala naman tayong ganyan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salamat po.
Salamat. So, ang hirap ng training ninyo, no?
Yes.
Pero, ano yung pinaka-crucial sa inyo? Parang, I can imagine na may bawat isang candidate, may camp kayo eh. Parang meron kayong team na makeup artist, designer, or naghahati-hati kayo doon?
Yeah, so you have to build your own teams. The first pageant I ever did here, I did by myself, and I was bashed so much. In 2018, I did Miss World Philippines. No makeup artist, no stylist. They said I was so plain.
You did your own makeup?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got roasted for
Wow.
never wearing enough makeup. Pero I grew up modeling, so for models, if you're beautiful, you don't need so much. But for pageants, they want you to be extra. Big hair, big lips, excessive, crazy outfits. So I made sure when I joined Binibining Pilipinas that I would have a full glam team, that I was going to be ready, and no one could talk about my makeup, styling, my pasarela. So I made sure to really invest in Binibining Pilipinas.
Yun yung advantage pag you did it before on your own, di ba? Alam mo na kung ano yung gusto mo. Unlike yung mga taong ito, makeup artist, to. Tapos parang wala kang alam, parang, sige, makeup mo lang ako.
Yeah.
So, hindi mo alam yung mga details kung maayos ba yun or ginagago ka lang ng makeup artist, no?
Yes.
Or makeup artist din pala siya nung kalaban mo, di ba?
Yeah, but I mean, for me too, Bini Bini was actually my first pageant ever. And so, I kind of think that the delay because of COVID was advantageous to me because I was able to figure out the ropes of pageantry and like how to gauge, what kind of makeup I want, what kind of style. And so I think that helped, the time to figure all that out because I think that once you join, it's really a learning process before you really get to know what kind of image you want to put out there and the way you do it.
So, yung makeup artist, nagmamatter talaga siya.
Sobra.
Yeah, you need to look perfect. The fans expect so much. It's really all about branding. And like every girl has a different personality. So how can you showcase yourself the best? Because especially with the pandemic, everything was on social media. It was online.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you give visuals to the fans, to the judges? So it ended up playing a very big part.
Mm-hmm.
So parang may mga big names sa makeup industry, di ba? So parang as a contestant or a champions, parang kailangan siya makuha ko siya as my makeup artist kasi yung name pa lang niya, win na kagad sa akin yun.
Well, a lot of the best makeup artists are working on artistas, they're booked. So that's great if you can use the best, pero it's medyo hard kasi everyone's so busy. Yeah. Especially with our events, always canceled.
Yeah.
So if you can find a core team, it's better. Most girls, you even have your makeup artist live with you for like a month or two because you're getting up every day, 5 a.m. It's really a family affair. It takes a village to compete.
And with a hectic schedule, you need them on a daily basis. You put full pack makeup every single day, 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, we usually have photo shoots or something. This was during our Bini Bini run. And so it was a lot of pressure. It felt like a full-time job times 3.
Pero I can say for me, Bini Bining Pilipinas was more competitive and more intense than Miss Globe in Albania. Kasi it's more relaxed. You're doing your own hair and makeup. Half the girls, they don't have such intense training or like camps like here in the Philippines. So for me, competing at Miss Globe was easy because I had already been through Bini Bining. So that's why I think Filipino queens are the best because we have the most competitive national.
Yes.
So when we go international, easy, cakewalk.
That's true.
O parang siyang pag-boxer ka, di ba? Yung expectation sa'yo, galing Philippines ang boxer na yan. Mm-hmm. Magiging champion yan. So parang same din sa beauty queens, di ba? Galing Philippines yan, no?
Yes. I feel that competing abroad, I noticed that my competitors there, they always kind of nag-aabang sila, for what does Philippines have to offer or what is she gonna wear. And it's nakaka-proud. I mean, you wake up every day and you say like, wow, I'm representing the Philippines. It's really such an honor. Talaga.
Damn, no?
Yeah.
Yung parang come to think about it, parang kung ganun, no, yung pressure. So, wala kayong off day, no? Lahat, pag lumalabas kayo ng bahay, kailangan makeup on.
All day, every day.
Kasi parang pag nakita kayo ng kuwari mga fans nyo na
Vloggers
na, tingnan mo si, wala siyang makeup o bad hair day pa yata.
Actually, bawal.
Bawal.
For Miss Grand, like, bawal kang lumabas na walang makeup.
Oh.
So, and hair.
Kailangan, ang hirap, no? Parang di ko maisip maging beauty queen. Kaya, naging komedyante na lang ako. So, parang ever since, parang, how did you, yung beginnings niyo as a beauty queen, parang, how old, like ikaw?
I was 23 when I joined Bini Bini.
Pero before you had like a day job.
Yes, of course. I work full-time. And did commercials here and there, but really just...
And then may nag-push sa'yo.
Yes. So I actually also went to the US for college. And then when I moved back, I was going to work for my family's business. And I told my dad, hey, I really want to do something for myself, something challenging and out of my comfort zone. And so I had family friends who were past Bini Bini queens too. And so I reached out to them, and then they guided me to go to KF, which is Maureen and I's camp, beauty camp. And the rest is history.
Ang hirap nun, no? Kasi parang, at first, di ba, family business, and then parang dream kasi ang pagiging beauty queen, di ba? Mm-hmm. So, kahit sabihin mong may confidence ka, yung full support minsan di mo nakukuha eh. So, sa case mo, nakuha mo naman yung full support ng family.
At first, they were skeptical, but when I showed them that this is really, kasi my family is very business oriented, I was like, this is a good investment in myself, and I think that it would give me a lot of opportunities down the line. So, yeah, later on they did support.
A very parang financially stress investment, no? Kasi mahal eh.
Yeah,
Mahal ang
It's expensive.
And sa'yo naman,
So growing up, I was super shy, as in sobrang mahiyain. So my mom actually pushed me to join pageant. She was a super stage mom. She's 4'11", so very maliit.
so yung mga niya, insecurities niya parang, hey, kayo magbubuno.
So when she had a tall daughter, she's like, oh, you're a model, you're Miss Universe, you're a beauty queen. So she entered me in a pageant when I was about 13, and I hated it.
Oh, really?
I was so shy.
13.
Yes.
Wow.
And then I joined again when I was 18, and I bombed my Q&A. It was so bad, so bad.
This was in the U.S.
In the U.S., yeah. I competed for Miss Asia Arizona when I was 18, and I felt so bad about my Q&A.
What was the question?
So it was very easy, like, what are the characteristics of a modern woman? And I said, responsibility. And I meant to say she is responsible, and so my grammatical mistake tied me up, and I just stood on stage. I froze.
Damn.
And it was so pangit. It was so bad. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to join for me now, because I can do better than that. And then I ended up joining Miss Arizona, and I competed at Miss USA in 2015. I finished top 15. Super fun, but in the US, you can only enter one time. And I was like, I'm not done yet. So I kept joining. And then eventually I made my way to Binibining Pilipinas, and it was my last pageant, because I'm 28. And there's age limits in pageant, so I'm really happy that not only did I get to join, because I almost dropped out in 2021 because I didn't know if it was worth it. I was about to age out, especially with the pandemic, everybody kind of didn't know their path.
Yes.
So I'm glad I stuck with it, and then I ended up winning Miss Globe, so the second ever winner for the Philippines. The first winner was Miss Ann Collis in 2015. So I'm happy to be a part of history, and everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So coming from the States, tas parang venturing into the Philippine beauty scene, syempre ang dami mga yung mga nakataas yung kilay sa'yo, parang hindi naman Filipina yan eh. May ganun ba?
There's always that conversation, pero look at Pia, look at Catriona Gray, all of our winners. It's who you are, not where you're from.
Okay.
And if you have a light that shines, if you're the full package, you can't deny it. Even Megan Young, she's the same mix, half Philam. So for me, it's what you do. Because whenever people criticize me, oh, you were born abroad, I pay my taxes.
Yes.
I'm a Filipino citizen.
Diba?
I do a lot for my country. What do you do? Let's compare.
Tama.
Let's compare. And they always go, oh. Because I do so much, so how can you say I'm not Filipina enough when I do so much? How doesn't make sense. Even for Pia, even for Catriona Gray, don't do that to your queens. They represented you well. They won. The least you can do is, show them the same love.
Yeah, show some love, guys. Kasi marami mga bitter doon sa ganong klaseng aspect. And parang I feel sa own take ko yung Philippines kasi para siyang ang tawag doon, yung parang siyang New York eh. Parang maraming mga lahi dito eh. Like may
We're a melting pot.
Melting pot, yan. Thank you. Iba talaga pag may kasama kang mga beauty queens. Intellectual.
Fill in the blanks.
Diba parang siyang melting pot of iba't ibang mga mga lahi, di ba? Yung mga ibang foreigners, dito na sila nag-settle down, nakapag-asawa sila ng Filipina. Di ba? Same din sa atin, di ba? Pag nasa US yung mga ibang Filipinos, nakakapag-asawa sila ng mga taga doon. So parang ang pangit nung discrimination na talagang kailangan pure, di ba?
Pero I would love to see more pure Filipinas.
Yeah.
Sam, you're pure, di ba? Or medyo Spanish.
Medyo
blood.
Spanish.
Are
you now?
Question eh.
Pero,
No, I'm full American.
I want them to shine too. Again, to me, it doesn't matter where you're from. it's your substance. So I hope more Morena beauties can shine. And I have so many friends actually that are going to be competing in the next few years that I'm going to be rooting for so hard. So I hope they can win. Like even Bea, full Filipina, beautiful, stunning, amazing. So I think it's really just if it's your time or not.
Very true.
Tama. And yung genetics kasi plays a big factor dun sa pagiging beauty queen eh. Yung height or concern, hindi kayo concerned.
I mean, I was one of the shortest candidates in Binibini.
Candidate number 1.
I'm candidate number 1 because they arranged you
By height.
Actually, I wasn't gonna be number 1. I was number 3.
Okay.
But yeah, still, I was one of the shortest girls in Binibini. So obviously, at first, a lot of people were questioning me, saying, "Why is she even joining a pageant? She's only 5'4", 5'5", and like." At first I was really offended because I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, like this is the true Filipina height. Do you not know our diba? It's like, do you not know our height average in the Philippines for women is only 5'2"? Like
Exactly.
Diba?
Kaya nagko-contradict yung sinasabi nilang parang dapat pure breed pero gusto niya ng
Pure
standard. Gusto niya ng standard. Sorry, ginawa nga. Sorry. Ginawa niya pero gusto niya ng standard sa height, di ba?
Yeah.
Dapat walang ganun. Kasi even sa basketball players, di ba? Alam natin yung legit.
Height is an advantage.
Oo,
Yeah.
kaya wag na natin.
But it's the standard of beauty is evolving now. Even Miss Universe doesn't have a height requirement. Miss Universe Australia last year, she was only 5'2", and she did amazing. She made it to the top 5 or 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Top 10.
Top 10. So I think it's great that the standards of beauty are changing, and like we're learning how to appreciate all bodies in all shapes and forms, right?
Saka mas exceptional yun no, pag ikaw parang kasi yun yung norm before na kailangan may height.
Yeah, it's about breaking
Tapos
stereotypes.
nanalo ka parang in your face dun sa mga haters, di ba?
A little bit.
So yun, ba? Parang genetics, like may mga ibang queens, insecure ba sila dahil flat-chested sila, ganyan? Or kailangan flat-chested sila, ganyan?
It depends.
Hindi kasi may mga friends ako na, eto hindi na to parang sa beauty pageant. May mga friends ako na female, they are very insecure sa kanilang features eh. Like, some of them would like to have a nose lift, or lip reduction, or parang Angelina Jolie lips. So they resort to cosmetic surgery. So yung question ko doon, like sa beauty pageants ba, nangyayari ba yung gano'n? Yung manipulation ng features pag hindi sila genetically blessed?
It's up to you. I mean, some countries, like your Miss Venezuela's, are super processed. It's really up to the girl. I don't judge somebody if they've had work done. It is what it is. I think if something bothers you, then why not fix it? If that's going to help you love yourself. But I think it's nice also when women can fully love themselves and they don't need to change. But is surgery required for pageants? No. Is it going to like take away points if you have had it? No. So it's really, again, everyone's beautiful. So what sets you apart?
Yung pero nakikita ko may advantage siya eh. Like pag nagpa-surgery ka or nagpa-enhance ka ng specific body part. Kasi yung friend kong girl, nung pinayos niya yung nose niya, mukha na siyang ibang tao eh. Parang, siya ba yun? Parang, di na siya yun ah.
But I feel like cosmetic surgery, it does play a big role, in the whole showbiz, beauty pageant industry, because you're trying to go for a certain look. But at the end of the day, if a girl wants to do it and they're going to feel more confident about themselves, then yeah, so be it. Go for it. Basta, I guess, as long as you know that that's what you want, right?
Yeah, and if it looks good. Kasi if it doesn't look good, di ba? Hindi na okay yun. For the sake ng magpa-surgery, no? Yun ang hirap, no? Pero parang, pag may ganun kayong nalaman na parang kalaban nyo or ka-competition, parang you wouldn't mind na, ay, kasi enhance siya
I would say, go girl, like, do your
Okay.
thing. It looks good.
Sa kasi sa world of yung physique kasi ako sa Anytime Fitness. So may mga laging yan eh, usapan yan eh. Natural bodybuilder ba siya or enhanced bodybuilder? Like gumagamit pa ito ng performance enhancing drugs. Laging ganun yung yung arguments eh. So parang ako ang take ko doon, regardless kung meron siyang performance enhancement drugs or natural siya, the fact na okay naman yung physique niya, healthy naman yung lifestyle niya, all good, di ba?
Yeah.
I think as long as you don't lie about it.
Yes.
I think it's fine. Because even, it's like, where do you draw the line? Are veneers considered fake? Are nails? Are this or that? At what point do we stop splitting the hair? So I think as long as you're honest about it, then no problem. But if you're sitting there lying, I noticed a lot of artistas do that. They're like, I never. It's like,
Really?
girl, I've seen your before and after. Like, so as long as you're honest, go naman. It's no problem.
But it's also up to that person, if they want to keep that private, right?
Yeah, if that's their own thing, then yeah, I don't think you should like force somebody to talk about something they don't want to. Pero just be honest with yourself.
Yeah, don't make a statement and be like, hey, like this is all natural.
I hate it when girls lie about it. Like,
It's all natural, girl.
just keep it to yourself. You don't have to fabricate things. Like, what's the point of acting like you're better than other people? Like, I'm so blessed that, I don't know. Just be honest to yourself.
Yun nga eh, parang
And that goes for artistas too, ha? Okay?
parang may hate.
No exception.
Meron ba tayong artistang dyan, in conflict with?
What? Just kidding.
baka kilala ko yan. Tawag dito, pero yun nga eh, parang sa mga, like ngayon, usong-uso yung mga social media influencers, di ba? They are sending the wrong signal dun sa mga naglo-look up to them. Like, kunwari, bodybuilder siya, tapos six-pack abs, di ba? Tapos sabihin niya, all natural to, kasi ito yung diet ko, ganyan. Tapos may bata doon na mataba, na sinusundan niya yung diet nung enhanced na bodybuilder na yun. So, kakasunod niya, tapos hindi niya na-achieve yung ganong physique, malulungkot siya, madidepress siya, kasi parang akala ko ba gawin mo lang to. Pero kung sinabi nung influencer niya, parang, hey, aside from this diet, I'm also using steroids, di ba? At least, di ba, alam niya na, kaya pala niya na-achieve yun kasi may iba pa siyang ginagamit. Kasi mag-like ka dun sa social media mo na ito lang ginagamit mo, no? Kasi parang, yung repercussions dun sa nanonood sa'yo, eh.
Yeah.
Same sa inyo, di ba? Yung parang, yun yung yung role nyo, eh. Yung dun sa mga tumitingala sa inyo, eh.
So I think more than just if people want to have maybe some same features as us, I think it's more about what you say and what knowledge you impart onto the younger generation, right? And I mean, I think that's something that we're very conscious and aware about, is that we make sure that whatever we say or put out in the public, that this is something that little girls can look up to and say, you know what, yes, like this is something I agree with, or don't, So, yeah.
Like ngayon, di ba yung woke culture, cancel culture, di ba parang body shaming, di ba ang hirap nun? How do you, you handle that? Like sa inyo, kasi parang consider kayo na parang perfect.
Well, this is something that we go through every day. I mean, when I was competing in Thailand, I would get bashers every single day, like private DMs of telling me that, oh, your eyebrows are this, or your eyes are this,
Grabe, no?
Grabe talaga yung social pressure. But at the end of the day, you just have to rise up to the occasion, and just be you and present the best version of yourself. I mean, what else can you do? I can't change my height.
Tama.
Yeah, I agree. I think also I'm very into fitness. I actually competed in Century Tuna Super Bods and won in 2018. Very into fitness. So I always try to share what I do, what I eat in a healthy way. And I also really stress that, we are born with our genetics.
Yeah.
So if somebody is longer and leaner, and let's say you're stronger and maybe have denser bones, a bit wider, don't try to force yourself to be a body type that you're not. You'll never be healthy. It's not going to fulfill you inside. So you really have to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And so I share my tips and tricks, but I never put pressure
Yeah.
on others to look like me, because there's only one me and there's only one you. So there's no point in starving yourself, hurting yourself, or trying to mold yourself into something that you're not, instead of just being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Tama.
Health is wealth.
Saka
Honestly.
stop comparing yourself to other people, di ba?
Yeah.
Yung parang dapat ang kalaban mo ikaw lang eh.
That's very
Diba?
true.
Yourself.
Very true.
You have to be the better version of your past self, diba? Pero kasi like sa inyo parang ang hirap kasi parang merong standard na eh. Kung siya yung champion dati, no? Siya yung queen dati, parang ano kaya meron siyang attributes na kailangan magkaroon ako para manalo? Wala bang ganong klaseng mentality?
No, I think that, when you come into a competition, obviously you have to assess what the organizers are looking for, right? Or the judges. And I think that you just have to have your own flair. Again, it's all about being authentic and all about showing who the real you is and seeing if that fits the crown.
Saka yung environment minsan kasi yung nangyayari sa'yo, di ba? Sa ano bang competition to? Yung
Miss Globe.
Yung sa US ka pa?
Yeah, Miss USA.
Yung nag-bomb ka on stage because parang nabigla ka ba sa question about yung what a modern woman is? So parang minsan yung pressure na parang, fuck. Minsan wala yung attention mo minsan eh. Kasi parang ang daming lights. As parang ito yung judge na hindi mo gusto. Parang,
Yeah, I was 18. This was for Miss Asia Arizona. This was the first one that I joined really on my own accord. Yeah, people don't realize you have to train to be mentally ready for anything. It's not just showing up looking good or speaking well, but you also have to be able to handle the pressure. And I think we've seen that in the past few Miss Universe contestants, that the pressure can be so crazy. And every year, I feel like there's more pressure on Miss Philippines because we're expected to be the best. So you have to really... Before I went to Miss Globe, I had to tell myself, like, you're going to be okay if you don't win. Because I've been first runner-up several times. And, yeah, I just kept telling myself, like, you're worthy if you don't win. Even if you're first runner-up again, you're going to be okay. Like, everything happens for reasons. But you have to really be mentally prepared for anything. That's why I think some girls don't prepare themselves. They don't even imagine if they won't win. And I think that's a dangerous thing because you should be ready for anything. And so you need to have like a little humbleness in your heart and like just mentally prepare yourself and emotionally prepare yourself because it can be quite devastating. Like how much money you invest, how much time.
Sleepless nights.
Yeah. And every girl does this. So it's not just Miss Philippines, but every single girl that competes. So you need to prepare for any outcome.
Oo nga, no? Lalo pag ini-expect mo na winner ka, tapos parang hindi pala, no?
I mean, you have to go with a winning mindset, but also always stay grounded and humble.
And parang roll with the punches. Kasi minsan shit happens doon sa stage eh. Pwede ka mabalian ng takong, di ba? Pwedeng may mag-slip, di ba? Or mahulugan ka ng lights. Hindi mo alam kung pwede mangyari, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang anything can happen on stage eh. Minsan
That's
yung mic hindi nagpa-function. Magpapanik ka ba? Parang shit. Ang nangyari na ba sa inyo yung mic di gumagana?
No, but I think for Beanie Beanie for the coronation night, I couldn't find my earrings and my heels, and we only had like 5 minutes backstage.
Quick change.
Yeah, quick change from swimsuit to evening gown, and
Panic
time
mo.
goes by really, really fast, especially if you're changing your hair. But I mean, it's just so hectic backstage. It's so.
Sumisigaw ko na yun. Nasaan na yung mga takong?
Yeah, no, naman.
Where is my fucking heels? Wala.
Well, no cursing, but I was
Sorry.
like, where are my heels? But
Sorry, where's my heels?
yeah. No, we
If
were
you
all
don't bring them
screaming,
to
right?
me, I will kill someone.
No, it was actually kind of loud backstage for Beanie Beanie. So glad that I found it and then hurried back on stage. So wala namang wardrobe malfunction.
Wala.
Yeah.
Pero
Thankfully.
even sa'yo, walang
On
wardrobe.
coronation, my earring just broke. It like shattered, and I was like,
Beanie Beanie.
it beanie beaning. And so I just stood there like, but the stylist saw and he's like, put these on. I was like, I didn't even ask. I said, thank you, and just went. Because for me, I have no time to cry. I have no time to panic. Just next.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose my cool. And then in Albania, we had a talent portion. Oh my God, it was so bad. I played ukulele. Oh, it was so bad.
Sample.
Brave hearts, huh?
No, and then the microphone was like,
So you know how to play the guitar? Kung ganun.
just ukulele.
Ukulele lang.
Pero it was so pangit. It hurt your ears, and then I don't know if you could see. I was like shaking. It was also super cold. We were outside. Oh,
So
It
what
was
song did you
bad.
cover?
Build Me Up, Buttercup.
Feel me up, dun, dun, dun.
It was so bad, but I smiled.
good.
No, I
It was
smiled
good.
through it.
Dapat yung mga Hawaiian
Fake it
songs.
till you make it. Fake it till you make it.
Ako parang if parang pag ukulele, parang Hawaiian songs yung nasa ano eh. Sa isip ko eh, parang wala lang.
Sige, sample.
Wala, di ako marunong wala akong instruments na alam. So, good marunong ko ng ukulele.
Yeah, but if something bad happens, you roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Act like nothing's wrong.
And you can definitely sing kasi yun yung talent mo.
Hindi.
Talagang pinilit mo lang.
I just act pa cute, like la 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 la, and then that's all.
So, sa Miss Universe, Binibining Pilipinas, may talent portion talaga? Wala? Parang wala.
Yes.
Optional.
Optional.
For Binibining, I'm not sure about MUP.
Parang wala.
Wala, no?
Miss Universe Philippines doesn't have it, but Binibini has it every year.
Oh, ang hirap.
That's actually like one of our opening events when they first announced the top 40.
So what's your talent then?
Oh my gosh. So for Binibini, I wanted to do fire dancing and fire blowing, but since we were in a theater with a lot of curtains, they didn't allow fire. So I had to use my poi na lang. I don't know if you know what poi is, but it's basically fire dancing but without the fire.
Parang ano lang siya, mga light na pwede mo siyang...
Raver.
Yeah. No. I didn't use the light because I was like, okay, it's gonna look too ravey. But I had belly dancers too, so that was pretty okay.
So, ilang kayo gumawa nun? I'm sure meron ka rin kapareho.
Wala.
So parang you can only pick one, tas parang wala ka na magiging katulad.
No naman. A lot of people did ethnic dances, folk dances. One did a magic show.
Oh, magic show.
Yeah, she got the best in talent too. Congratulations, Bea.
Did one of the contestants rap? Wala nag-rap? Wala.
Someone acted though. Like a monologue.
Oh. Ang hirap pag may talent show ang contest.
Ikaw, anong talent mo?
Siguro mag-stand up. Pero hindi nga talent yun wala lang. Pero siya parang skill siya na ina-acquire mo lang.
Yes.
Kasi yung talent parang for me is parang innate sa'yo eh. Tapos yung skill parang hinahasa mo lang siya. Kasi hindi naman ako naturally funny eh. I mean, naturally funny ako pero iba yung animal yung nasa stage ka to perform eh. Like, people expect you to make them laugh eh.
Yeah.
Yung pressure, di ba? So parang inaral ko yung yung setup ng joke, ganyan. Hirap. Anyway. yun lang. So tawag dito. So, yun. Tas more on gowns, no?
Yes.
So parang depende sa taste niyo yung gowns. Or kung ano bigay sa yung designer niyo. Ito, suotin mo yan.
Like Maureen mentioned earlier, you really have to put up your own team. And so, what's amazing about being in the pageant industry too is that you get to celebrate more Filipino designers because they do want to work with you and they want to make sure that their work gets to be seen on an international or even a national stage. It's already a good thing. So for our gowns for Binibini, you had to reach out to the designers or designers would reach out to you. And it's always a great collaboration.
So may advantage ba kung meron kayong know-how dun sa sa pag sa clothing, yung parang sa tela ganyan, sa knitting ganyan.
You actually make your own clothes.
So I love to sew. Yes, I think about it as when you're choosing your wardrobe. It's like choosing clothes for your video game character or for yourself. It's like choosing your skin. So how do you want to represent yourself to the world? And I always envision like Superwoman or Wonder Woman, and how would she, fight all this crisis? And so I want to do it looking fabulous, of course. But although wardrobe is a big part of it, it's not everything.
Mm-hmm.
Pero some are like investing on it eh. Alam ko may wardrobe na pag sinuot mo sa pageant, it can injure you or parang inflict parang scratches or bruises. Sobrang bigat.
My
The
national
national costume.
costume. My national costume for Binibining Pilipinas was too big, too heavy. I had back pain, neck pain. It was beautiful, like sobrang ganda. Pero after that, I knew I wanted a smaller costume that was easier to walk in. But even I had a Sampaguita costume. It was 12 kg for Albania. I loved it though. That one was easier to walk in. I made sure I could move in it.
Yeah.
So better. But it's fun.
It's fun. National costumes are fun.
The best.
Yeah, mine was I was a paro-paro. So I represented Cavite from Binibini. So I had
So big.
huge wings. Like, dude, it was really...
times two mo.
Yeah,
It's so heavy. And so it was great to wear and it also lit up. But it was hard to walk because I didn't know the AC would be on so strong. So when I was walking, it was moving. And so that's why I was scared that the bracket might come off.
So
But
against the flow ka na naglalakad,
against
no?
the flow, but laban pa rin.
Damn. Buti hindi ka natumba, no?
No naman.
Oh
my God.
Hindi ka makakabangon. Somebody help me.
The worst thing that could happen, I think.
So, did you fall na ba on stage?
No.
Sa experience?
No.
Wala pa. Pero, fellow contestants na who fell on stage, parang...
No, in Bini
wala.
Bini, no one fell.
I think during the talent portion, one girl fell.
Oh,
during her
yeah,
performance.
yeah.
Pero you have to get back up.
Yeah.
Get back up, keep going.
May style ba to get back up?
With class.
O, di ba?
Yes, you smile, you say, yes, I just fell, and yes, I'm going to slay the rest of
Yeah.
this. People love an underdog, though.
Oh.
So
Very true.
if you do have something bad happen, don't let it define you.
And also, like, before I competed at Miss Grand, I always had a worst case scenario that if I fell, I had ways on how to get back up.
Yan.
I would, like, if I fell this way, I'd be like, ora muna, and then go.
Hindi, tama. Actually, ako, kwento ko lang sa audience natin. Like kanina, di ba, nung hindi ka nag-reply, mayroon akong worst case scenario na parang baka hindi matuloy yung interview. Kasi di ba, yung doon sa mga hindi nakakalam, yung usapan namin ni was 8, pero you had a
Sorry. Yes.
family emergency. Pero ako, okay lang naman kahit di matuloy. Kasi meron na in my mind, I already had or have a worst case scenario in my head na baka hindi matuloy. Pero okay lang, hindi ka maiinis. Kasi pag pinilit mo yung isang bagay na yun, yung outcome, at hindi nangyari yun, wala ka na. Sasabog ka kasi naka-focus ka lang doon eh. Pero in life, hindi naman ganun eh. Minsan, may namamatay, minsan may nababangga. Hindi mo dapat i-focus yung outcome na doon eh. You have to be open na pwede mangyari to, I might fall. And when I fall, anong gagawin ko?
Yeah. You should place your energy where it's worth placing.
Yes. So, parang natutunan ko yan over the years na dapat ganun yung outlook mo sa buhay. Na huwag ka mag-focus doon sa outcome na gusto mo.
Yes.
Consider mo yung universe. No pun intended. Kasi minsan yung universe, it can fuck you up minsan. Parang, shit, anong nangyari sa akin dito? Ba't ako ganito? Ayun. So, ngayon, anong plan nyo? Kasi mukhang mag-open up na yung economy.
Yeah, finally.
Projects.
Okay, so my plan is that I'm working again for the family business, and still as reigning Bini Bini Pilipinas queens, we're still going to have to turn over our crowns come July. Come July, and so we still have events under Bini Bini, so we have to be present for that. And in the acting and modeling world, I am taking acting workshops, and so.
Nakita ko nga Viva.
Yeah.
Pwede ba sabihin? Pwede sabihin.
Yeah. I mean, it's in
Shout
public. Yeah, hello. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where this
So, you're gonna
path
become
takes
an
me.
artista na.
Let's see.
Tapos, magiging ka na, fake ka na. Hello, sorry.
Wait,
It's all natural.
hindi.
Pero ganun talaga sila, no? Parang for show kasi.
I don't.
May character lagi. Yung mga iba, di naman lahat ng artista. May mga tropa tayong artista na parang cool as fuck.
I think maybe from what I see, because I do have friends in the industry, I think that people think they're fake. Maybe because whenever they see them on national television, they're always playing a role or a character, right? So it also give them credit. Also, in person, baka they're different as you may have expected or put your standards towards them. So that's why there's that
Hindi din na
misconception.
ma-separate yung on stage na artista sa off stage na artista, di ba? Like
So,
kay John Lloyd, no?
Yeah.
Yung
What?
sa
I don't
kanya,
know.
no? Kasi parang sa mga movies niya, matinee idol siya eh. And then, di ba, for a time, may mga lumabas sa social media na lasing siya. So, yung mga fans siya parang, oh my God, I didn't know he drank.
But he's just being human.
He's human, di ba?
Yeah.
He's having fun.
Yeah.
Di ka pwede mag-have fun. Kailangan, game face on ka lagi. So, ito pa isa. Ewan ko lang kung pwede kong tanungin sa inyo. Pwede naman i-delete eh. Kasi for a time, naging trending yung topic na yung mga transgender sumali sa sa pageant eh. So, anong take nyo doon?
I think trans women are real women. I know even MUP made a statement saying that they cannot let a transgender woman compete until the government allows them to legally change their passport. So I think that's really going to fall into the government and what they will and won't allow. But I think trans women are real women and they deserve a chance to compete.
I agree too. I mean, they put so much effort into simply being who they identify as. And we also have to give them credit and let them compete and do what women do because they are, at the end of the day, women.
Yung mga iba kasing friends ko, parang they like to have a parang separate competition for them na parang pare-parehas lang sila doon. Tas ganun. So parang sa inyo okay lang in one pageant?
I think because like when you have a separate pageant for them, it defeats the whole purpose of them identifying as a woman. So they should be able to do things that women can join and compete in, right?
Yun nga.
It defeats the whole purpose.
So, pero ngayon parang tinanggal ba? Or, alam ko parang...
I don't think the Philippines allow most of the pageants, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there are, like you said, there are separate pageants, and Philippines always does super well in them, which I love. Pero as of now, I don't think that the classic beauty pageants are accepting. I know Century Tuna is accepting now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's progress in our country, pero we just need to wait a little longer.
I think so too.
Yun nga. Tricky subject. Pero ano, hirap no? Hirap no?
Yeah.
Maraming tao yung friends na trans eh. So, nanonood din sila dito. Kasi may mga trans na ano eh, yung parang hindi siya fully ano, yung meron pa silang ano,
Surgery.
penis. So, pero consider sila na trans, pero ayaw lang putulin yung penis.
Because I think if you're joining a pageant to feel beautiful, you're almost joining for the wrong reason. You should use being beautiful is only one part of you. It's a tool in your toolbox, but you have a greater goal, you know, to build your platform to make a difference. So if you're just doing it for vanity's sake, you're in the wrong place.
Yun nga eh. And minsan kasi may mga ganong klaseng tao na ano ganun eh, parang vanity lang eh. Parang ego ba? I have to prove the world that I'm beautiful kasi diba, parang ang laki na ng kasos ko sa akin. So ang hirap din, no?
Yeah, you have to fight for the Philippines with a purpose, right? You have to have a message also, and I think that's what makes a beauty queen, right?
Yeah, because if you want to just be beautiful, go join a modeling competition.
Exactly.
Go ahead, no
Exactly.
problem. But if you want to be a real queen, not just a pretty girl, a queen, you need a voice.
Yes.
You need a message.
And it's a 21st century. Like it's beauty pageants now are so much more different than they were back then. And like Maureen said, you really do need a voice.
Yeah, because you end up becoming the spokeswoman for your org. So you need to be able to communicate, to support the org, and help them with all of their events and obligations.
In terms sa opposite sex, kasi di ba as a beauty queen, di ba maraming mga nagpa-flock sa inyo ng mga men na syempre yung mga ibang fans, yung mga iba na o-obsess, yung mga iba parang gusto kayong maging girlfriend. So paano nyo hinahandle yun? Kasi parang kailangan ba wala kayong boyfriend pag competition mode kayo?
No. I think we both competed. We had boyfriends that time. It's actually nice. It's like good support system too.
Basta as long as hindi toxic dun sa competition yung relationship, no?
I think you just have to make it very clear that you are in competition mode and you won't be available because your time and everything is invested into this pageant right now. So they just have to be an understanding partner, and I think with or without a boyfriend, you know, whatever you feel like, you can definitely succeed.
Kasi minsan it can emotionally stress you out pag nag-aaway kayo. Kahit maliit na bagay lang. Mawawala ka sa focus eh.
That's true.
I always tell the girls, if you're with a boy that makes you cry, break up with him right now. He's only going to distract you. He's going to hurt your feelings and drain you emotionally, mentally, possibly physically. So if he's making you cry already and it's not even competition night, dump him.
Boy,
Goodbye.
bye.
Goodbye.
Mukhang meron kang bad experience in the past, no?
Well, I see it all the time. This beautiful, talented, smart woman is crying over some guy. Excuse me, no. We don't cry over boys that don't deserve us.
Yeah.
Because some people, some relationships, especially I've noticed here, are very territorial. They want all of your time, attention.
And manipulative even.
Yes. And if you're out here trying to be your best self, your partner should support you. They shouldn't be making you cry every night. And Yeah, so again, if you're studying for a big law exam, if you're competing for a pageant, training for a game, and all your partner does is stress you out, dump them. That's not support. That's not love.
And sometimes
Thank
they
you.
use love as an excuse, no? Parang, you don't love me kasi inuuna mo pa yung beauty pageant. Eh, yung love ko sa'yo, ano to eh, busilak. Tapos parang, sige na nga, baby. Hindi na, mag-drop out na ako ng competition.
Wow.
So parang, did it ever come to that point sa mga dati yung partners?
No, I don't think I've ever had a partner,
Na
thankfully, who was like manipulated in any way like that.
Sa'yo din, Maureen, wala.
I had a partner that would always complain that I had to have my team come to my house to do my hair and makeup, and they said, it's too much in the morning. Can you just go somewhere else? And I said, no, this is my home. I've worked for this for 2 years. No. And I had to really put my foot down. This is what matters to me. I need this. Don't clip my wings because I need to fly. I need to put my best foot forward. And I had to be very honest. And I said, yeah, this is a deal breaker. If you can't support me, then we should probably just break up. And he said, okay. Have the kitchen. What do you want breakfast? But you need to communicate. You can't be shy. And as I've gotten older, I've learned say what you want now, so you don't waste anybody's time.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yung mga iba kasi they just suppress it inside eh. Tapos parang all of a sudden biglang lalabas na lang. Tapos parang where's that coming from? Parang all these years kasi na hindi ko sinabi sa'yo yung hatred ko doon sa mga ginagawa mo. Dapat bina-voice out mo rin pag may hindi ka gusto, di ba?
Very true.
Parang two-way.
Yeah,
Very
you need
true.
to be direct with your partner, especially if you have a soft heart. For me, I have a soft heart, so that's why I don't really give my heart to many, because I don't want to be invested if I don't know, I want to trust you with my heart. So, yeah, you have to be honest and fight for yourself, because as sad as this sounds, like you come into the world alone and you die alone. So,
Truth.
be sure to invest in yourself.
So, paano nyo dinideal yung mga, kasi I can just imagine when you're out on the streets, sa restaurants, sa mga clubs, like you go to clubs, right? Pwede sabihin. Marami mag-a-approach sa'yo eh. Politicians, mga rich kids, di ba? Or ano. Paano nyo fend off yung mga ganun?
I just tell them I'm not interested.
Like, get out, get away.
I don't tell them to get away, but if
Space.
a nice guy comes up, asks for my number, but I'm not interested, I just say I'm not interested. But it was great meeting you.
Paano yung mga powerful men? Di ba yung mga politicians?
So what? You're still asking for my number, no?
Di ba, like in the Philippines, di ba, minsan yung bodyguard pa yung lalapit eh. Madam.
Kind of a trend, no?
Did it happen to you here?
Not so much. I think I scare men. I'm not. Also, when I'm out, my energy, it's with who I'm with. And if you're here, no.
Alpha energy eh. Parang,
Yeah, it's very don't bother me.
Oo.
Or if you need something, can I help you?
Yeah.
No? Okay, thank you. Kasi I'm nice, especially to women and whatnot, but when a man is staring at me too much, like, I'm not here for your pleasure. I'm here for myself.
Oh my
So
gosh, yeah.
please
Like
enjoy
what-
yourself.
Like what kind of stare? Kasi may stare na parang, oh, she's beautiful.
The creepy stare.
You can tell
Yeah.
there's always intent. There's like, wow, she's beautiful. They're like, ooh, I want to own her. And if you come at me with those vibes, goodbye.
Yeah.
No.
So, nangyari ba dito sa Philippines or sa US na parang somebody just walk up to you and said, hey, what's up?
I get hit on more in the US. I know that's medyo weird.
I do too.
But
I
the
do
men
too.
there are more confident.
Yeah.
I think. Because here, like you said, there are so many political things going on. I think people here are a little more polite. And they'd rather have their friend go ask.
Yes.
Rather than just, hi, my name is... But I have a boyfriend, so I also give off boyfriend energy. Like,
Shout
Yeah.
out.
hi, Dan, I love you.
Ba't sinama mo dito? Para meron tayong...
Yes, but I think, I don't know, your vibe, your aura says a lot
Yeah.
about you. And
But I feel like when both of us are out, no one really approaches us.
no, because we're too busy cackling
Yeah.
at the men. We're like, the men are scared. They run away.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, never mind.
And parang men here, yung mga locals, parang they can sense if a girl needs space eh. Or parang doesn't need to be approached. Diba? They can sense that eh. Kasi may mga ewan ko may mga friends ako na parang foreigners na parang lalapitan talaga nila kung sino parang let's go to her, let's go, get her number. Ewan ko, parang ganun.
Ikaw, how do you approach women?
Ako timing I don't really talk that much pag nasa social event. Kasi parang ang hirap ipilit Parang, ano ko artista? Hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Sino ka? Yun, parang hirap maging ganun
Do you have any pickup lines that are your favorite?
Ooh, let's hear.
Yan.
Let's hear.
Before meron. Kasi I had this friend, he's from LA. So he introduced me to this parang system of how to approach women. Yung parang pick up artist ganyan. So parang merong system na parang what's your name, ganyan. Tas di compliment It's either you neg them, yung neg.
I hate negging.
'Di ba? So parang may system siya kung paano gawin
That's in the system of how to pick up women.
Yeah, you
Yes.
Negging them out.
Yes.
That's insane.
I don't like your makeup. Tas parang what?
I neg them back
Diba?
harder.
It's like a game kasi.
That's so messed up. Can I just say the whole negging thing?
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
And they even have this process of like, kunwari group kayo of girls, tas you have this alpha girl. How do you handle the mother hen? Meron silang ganon. So for a time, I was into that. Pero hindi siya nagwo-work kasi hindi ikaw yun You're just
Yeah.
reading yung play-by-play na
Right.
That is building a relationship on manipulation, not
Yes.
love, not
Yeah.
authenticity, and that's why it never works. If you want to be manipulative, if you want to be an insecure guy and play games, okay, but you're not going to find a quality woman like that. And if you do, you'll probably just mess up your chances with her. Don't neg women, it's bad.
Yes.
And the older we get, the more we hate it.
Yeah.
Unless kung likas sa pagkatao mo yung magne-neg, di ba? Pero just because a book told you to neg, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi parang ang natuklasan ko, kaya ako nag-shy away from that art form daw yun is because parang may namimit akong girls using that, pero nagugusto nila yung Chris na yun, hindi yung Chris na ganito.
Yeah.
So parang di tapon ko na lang yung art form, gamitin ko na lang kung ngayon kung wala akong makuwang girls, 'di ba? At least 'di ba, kung may makuha man ako, at least they like me for who I am, 'di ba? So kayo ba, parang pag may mga guys kayong gusto, parang do you impress them?
No,
Hey.
kind of just always
Pretty queen.
no.
Kasi I'm sure kahit queens na kayo, merong specific guy na parang, alam nyo, parang medyo, I can't look at him, he's too handsome. Meron bang ganun?
No.
Wala.
I feel sorry. I just feel that, like as beauty queens, like I'm not saying, this goes for everyone, but for me personally, I feel like I've always been very self-confident with who I am. And so, with men, I just feel...
Even pag rock star, di ba? Pag musician, parang lakas na dating na musician.
Okay, Shawn Mendes.
Oh, di ba? Oh, di ba?
Except for Shawn Mendes.
Justin Bieber ba?
No.
Di ba parang may ganun like ako parang may specific woman na talagang hindi ka makatingin kasi parang alam mo naiilang ka lang, parang awkward. So sa'yo si John Mendes, and for you?
Maybe Jason Momoa.
Oh
my God.
Or like John Hamm. I like a
Khal Drogo.
very...
Kahit ako
Yeah.
You can have me! You can, di ba parang,
Starstruck.
Starstruck ka, di ba? Parang hindi mo alam kung paano ka mag-act in front of them Pero sa Philippines or sa other countries, have you been with a big name celebrity or like a singer, musician na nakausap niyo parang one-on-one?
I was there for Kylie Jenner's birthday way
Whoa!
back when, because I lived in LA.
Big time.
No. My friends and I during college, we just saw her at...
Party girl.
Boy,
Okay.
hindi.
Sorry.
No, we just saw her at a bar, and her manager really liked her vibe, and so we ended up sitting on her table. Oh, and another one, I was on Ellen's game show.
Oh.
Ellen's Game of Games, and so I was able to hug Ellen and do a trivia. So pretty fun.
Kamusta si Ellen?
She's so nice. But when they tell the audience to run down the stage, you have to hug her. They always tell you like be careful because she's very frail na.
Ang daming backlash sa kanya nung
Ang dami.
na masama daw ugali niya. Pero that's the real Ellen 'di ba? Parang hindi talaga yung sa show kasi
Of course, she has to be so nice. I'm sure that there are
Oh.
times where she's just so tired. She just doesn't want to deal with maybe little things. So
yun nga.
Yeah.
And she's rich, di ba? So pag nandun ka na sa taas, hindi mo sila pwedeng sisihin na parang why they act that way. Kasi parang pa nandun ka na, doon mo pala mga gets na parang, nga, no? Minsan nakakairita tong bagay na to. For
Maybe.
me,
We're not there yet.
I can just imagine eh. Saka may mga tao, kasi ang hirap maging parang good all the time, tapos hindi naman ikaw, no?
Mm-hmm.
Like, sa'yo, Maureen, may mga tao bang minsan naiirita ka na parang, God, if I can just tell this to their face kasi hindi ko masabi. Diba? Parang, can you get away? Can you get away from me?
She calls me.
Gosh. How?
But I think you need to be careful with your energy and your time. So again, if something doesn't bring me joy, bye. Next.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste time feeling unhappy, sad, unsatisfied. Not for me. Life's too short.
Yeah. Imagine all that time of complaining about the person where you could have been doing something more productive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ito pa, social events. Like, di ba, pag nasa competition kayo, pa nag-go around kayo, di ba? You meet people, may mga events kayo, charity, fundraising,
Right.
and then minsan may small talk. The hang. Minsan may kakausap siya yung siguro negosyante. Miss Universe. I like Miss Universe. Tapos minsan makikinig ka, yes po. Di ba parang, how do you say politely na parang, I don't want to talk to you?
I mean, I feel like for most of our activities, it's mostly, what's nice about Beanie Beanie, they only let certain certified pageant vloggers come near us during the events. And so we're very well protected. We don't get...
You don't immerse yourself sa crowd? Like you...
No, when we have events for Beanie Beanie, they kind of... How do you say it? Like...
They really...
It's controlled.
Yes,
Oh.
they vet
Who
who
can
we're
come.
with.
Yeah.
So it's really just fans and
Yeah.
media. So we're never put in uncomfortable situations.
Exactly.
We don't have like dirty sponsors.
Exactly.
That's actually Beanie Beating to me is the best pageant because they're so protective of the girls.
Yes.
And they value us. They don't put us in uncomfortable situations. So if you're looking to join a pageant, I really recommend Beanie Beating Pilipinas. They're the best. You'll never be put in an uncomfortable
Yeah.
situation with them ever. They're classy, truly.
Yun ang maganda, no? Kasi minsan may nandiyan kayo sa baboyan. Naglinis kayo ng baboyan. Pero as a beauty queen, contestant before, do you have to really join all of those competitions? Or those pageants? Or parang namimili ka lang ng specific pageant?
You pick a pageant which you think you'll excel in, and if you want to represent that country with that certain crown the pageant gives, then that's how you choose it. But I know there are some women who also go through like the local pageants and whatnot.
Yeah,
which,
the barangay.
the barangay,
Just build
yeah.
experience.
Yeah. But I
You
mean,
know, practice.
yeah. For me, I didn't really have that chance because when I came back here, I was already 23, and I was like, my age clock is ticking. You
Yung pa
know,
yung pressure sa inyo, no? Yung age, no? Parang,
Yeah.
ano yung age limit?
28.
Ay,
Ako, 28.
medyo lenient pa.
No, 20.
28 ba talaga
It's always
before?
been 28.
It's 28. Before, for some pageants, it used to be 24.
4.
Yeah, Miss Intercontinental used to be
Yeah.
24.
Oh.
My
They're
gosh.
slowly raising the
Right.
age. Pero, like for Miss International, it's 26, diba?
Miss
27.
Grand is 26.
26.
Yes. So, yes, I originally was aiming for a different crown, pero I aged out. I turned 28 2 days before the pageant, and the pageant is now this year. I turned 29 in July this year.
Imagine.
Yeah. So, let's say I had won that crown, I would have been ineligible because I would have been over age.
Yeah.
And actually, 4 girls dropped out of Beanie Beating
Because of age.
because of age with the pandemic.
Grabe, no? Even though you don't look that age or feel that age, parang they're 28, get out. No, parang no?
But it's kind of nice to see the beauty trends. Now pageants usually crown older girls too, someone with more maturity, more experience, which, it's like a new trend, which is nice.
Yeah, they're wiser as
Yeah.
you age.
So, as beauty queens, like, may plan B ba? Kasi pag nag-age na kayo into dun sa 30s, di ba? Parang, ano yung plan? What's the plan?
For me, I do hosting, so I think as I age, I'll probably get into more serious like news broadcasting, journalism, another field. Because my whole life I really modeled, and so I want to take my experience that I've had. I still enjoy being on set in the studio, but I would like to take more of a backseat role, maybe do writing. But yeah, it's very, very important to have a backup plan or plan B.
You don't want to develop new talent.
For me, I'm a people person, so I really do enjoy. I studied communications in university. I feel like it just suits me. So I don't know what else I would do. I think the only other career path I could see myself finding joy in would be teaching. Pero
Oh, that's cute. I
yeah, I would
imagine
love
that.
to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Pero to start over in a new career path right now, let's see. Maybe in the future, pero journalism, writing, broadcasting is more me.
Saka yung di ba, the beauty queens, di ba? Tapos maglipat kayo ng profession. Parang syempre yung mga co-workers mo on that field, parang, oh, dating beauty queen, oh. Alam mo yun, parang minsan, ikaw yung magiging star pa rin, di ba? So parang hindi ko alam kung nakaka-stress ba yun na parang, or nakaka-annoy minsan, na parang, don't look at me as a beauty queen, I'm your co-worker.
I mean, we're still reigning queens, so I don't have that experience yet, going back into the business world. But I do work for my family's business, and I have to say some of my co-workers are very
Starstruck.
supportive. I mean, I've known them since I was 10 years old, kasi family business. So, yeah, I don't think it makes a difference really.
I think it can benefit you though, because
Yeah.
Samantha Bernardo, she was the Miss Grand
Before
Philippines before this Sam. She sells Sun Life insurance.
Oh.
And so now she's like, wow, top seller. So it can benefit you.
Yes,
it's good for branding. If
That's
you
true.
want to grow your networking, your exposure, pageants are a great way to do it.
That's true.
Tama.
Especially getting into business also and starting your own brand, right?
And hosting, kasi yung
Yeah.
premium mo,
Yeah,
mataas
that's why I've kept competing. Because one, I love it. It's fun. Two, you meet the best people. But three, it elevates your brand. Every competition I've done, it's helped me with work. It's helped my maturity. So I think it's great. I owe so much of my success to pageantry.
Any plans settling down? Kasi as a woman, di ba, parang, dati kasi may age eh. May, aside dun sa age ng pageant, may age limit na
Body clock.
Oh, parang, I might never get to see my daughter or son if I marry at like 35, 37. And plus yung risk,
Right.
di ba?
Well, for me personally, I just turned 26 last month, so I just want to enjoy my youth. Enjoy my youth, and maybe we'll talk about family in 2 years.
Yes.
Wait lang.
So, meron bang special someone? Secret. Very secretive ka sa so, I mean, parang tawag dito, parang meron kang boundaries dun sa personal life and then dun sa competition life.
No, I think I'm very open naman about my personal life with my fans, and I always release some videos about what I'm going through and my emotions and all that. But I think when it comes to dating, obviously you want to keep it
Private.
until it's official.
Saka you don't put it out on social media lahat ng bagay sa buhay mo.
Of course
Kasi
not,
minsan
of course
panghahawakan ng mga tao against you yun eh.
Yeah, and of course you need your personal time with your friends
Yes.
too, and family. They don't have to know what you're doing every second, right?
So as a beauty queen, kasi ngayon, it's the era of social media. TikTok, Instagram, kung ano man yan, Kumu. So parang, nagiging particular ba kayo sa mga apps na to? Like, I have to be on all of those apps para
I feel like whatever you feel comfortable in. For me, I usually use Instagram or Facebook, and then TikTok for fun lang. You know, yeah. And Maureen has a really good TikTok as well.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm still
trending yan.
in the... I think that nobody watches my TikTok, so I'm so like dumb.
Promote it.
No.
It depends. How many followers do you have?
Now 40K.
Oh, not bad.
Pero I had like 300, so I was so stupid. And then now, even, I went to the derma yesterday. The lady doing all my stuff was like, I love your TikTok. I was like, don't look at me.
So what do you do on your TikTok? You dance?
Dance. I love voiceovers. I don't know. I have very slapstick humor. Very...
Dry.
I don't know. I just love dumb things. So, please don't look at it. Thank you.
Dude, sa TikTok nga, merong guy doon, nag-i-sleep lang siya for 24 hours 1 million views
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's just sleeping.
That's the TikTok?
Yun lang yung TikTok niya.
Maybe we should start sleeping on TikTok.
Yeah,
Like,
go.
I have friends who are creatives, like they think about their next TikTok video.
Right.
Pero sabi ko, hey, look at this guy over here, he's just sleeping, di ba? So parang sa TikTok, sa social media kasi ang tricky eh. No matter how you want to be creative or be yung innovative, people like dumb shit, di ba?
Sometimes the simplest things are the best.
Yeah.
Yung nga eh.
The ones you don't even need to think about.
Like if like a guy slips and people find it funny, that can go viral.
Diba?
Like instantly.
Ikaw, are you on TikTok?
Yes.
What's your username?
Chris Bacula comment. Pero ano eh, parang feeling ko kasi ang TikTok, mahirap siya for me kasi 37 na ako eh. So kaya ko lang siya ginagawa kasi parang bilang social media person,
Have to be on all
I have
platforms.
to be on all platforms, even on Twitter, kahit na konti lang yung Twitter followers ko. Pero hindi ko alam paano gawin eh. Pero parang at least nandun ako.
You know what? I think you'd be so good at doing like little voice like jokes. Like
on TikTok.
The lip sync ones. Just like short, snippy little things like I don't know, maybe even self-deprecating humor. Because people love to, even me, I love to do voiceovers. And I'm always trying to find good, short Tagalog ones.
The thing is, ang hirap sa akin ng editing eh. Like, how do you edit your videos?
I don't. I just go post.
Oh.
Because they say you should post 3 times a day to grow.
Oh,
So
really? For TikTok?
yeah, so sometimes I just throw it up.
Kasi sometimes I see ang mga TikTokers, naka-edit eh. Parang meron silang transitions from this vid to this other vid.
Those ones I find hard, the
Diba?
transitions.
They're professionals. We're not professionals.
Yeah.
And
TikToker is slang.
and who has time to edit? Diba? Parang ang dami mong ginagawa eh. No? So, parang sa inyo basic lang.
Yeah, but honestly, like we said earlier, simplicity is key.
Yes,
So if you just have something funny to say, like, go. I think that's the perfect platform for you.
And I feel like you have a great voice where
Yeah.
people will reuse your sound and then lip sync you. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I'll follow
Yeah.
you, and then I expect one
a day.
Yeah.
Sige, mag-collaborate tayo minsan sa BGC, di ba? So, do you guys live together?
No, near.
Near.
na.
Near lang, in BGC.
Yes.
Pero, ikaw, talagang yung roots
Don't
mo.
oh.
Roots. Yung
Okay, I thought you were gonna say my address.
Roots. Hindi na sabihin, baka puntahan ka.
No, here, Philippines. Maybe
Province.
in Makati
Makati.
and Cavite.
So, Caviteña.
Makati girl.
And then, di ba pag bilibining Pilipinas ka, parang you have to represent
A
province, di ba?
Syempre ako Cavite kasi I'm there every weekend, mostly for work, but also obviously I've identified with the people there too.
Oh. And you?
Ako, Batangas.
Ay,
Alae. Alae.
Very
Mabuhay.
strong accent sa Batangas, no? Did you have a hard time representing Batangas?
Hindi. I feel like they're very supportive. My mom's from Padre Garcia, malapit sa Lipa. Pero they're very nice. I have some family in the government there. They work in the mayor's office, so they're sweet. As long as I succeed for them and do my best, there's no problem. Pero I live in BGC. I've actually lived in BGC for the majority of my stay here.
Makati.
I lived in Makati for a bit. Well, I'm a BGC girl.
Very congested kasi ang Makati eh.
Very. Not really.
Pero I walk everywhere and I stand out a bit, so I feel safer in BGC because I've been stopped and had some issues in the past.
In Makati.
In Makati and Mandaluyong.
Ay, lalo Mandaluyong. Like, you can
Oh, really?
Yeah.
hold up ka doon.
I've had so many issues, so now I think for my safety as a single woman, it's better to be, because by single I mean I walk by myself all the time. Better to be in BGC where there's guards everywhere, where there's CCTV, and nobody makes me feel uncomfortable.
And better to
Yeah.
be paranoid all the time. Ako paranoid ako eh.
You have to be.
Kasi I live alone, di ba? So minsan kahit alam kong safe, parang shit, somebody might be following me.
I actually had an experience. I think I had a stalker last night. So I was around my area in this little say cafe, right? But it's outdoor. And it has a gate around the actual cafe. And I was just with my dog. And this guy has been circling the whole cafe, maybe like 3 times, and then finally he stops. And so I look at him over the fence, and he's like, "Hey Samantha, can I get your number?" And I was like, no. And he's like, "Do you want mine?" I was like, "No, I don't want it." Then he just starts saying his number. And it was really creepy too, you know, like, "You remove this mask, here's my number, it's 934." And I was just like, "No, I don't want your number." And so I lied na lang, and I was like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend here. Like, can you please leave?"
Is he a foreigner?
I think he was a foreigner. I'm not going to say the race because it doesn't matter. But
Uh-oh.
so again, after that, he went around, and then he was just like, and then he went back to where his motorcycle was by the gate that I was looking at him. And then he was just like, "I like you," and then drives away. And I was like, what the heck just happened? I was so creeped out, honestly. Like, when I got back to my building, I told the guards, I was like, "Hey, like, watch out for this guy. I don't know. You know, he looks like this way. Just please make sure that, you know, no one can get in."
Scary shit. No?
Yeah.
Pero yung sabi sa akin ni JM, my good friend JM Rodriguez, most of the fights that happen sa club niya is by foreigners and Filipinos. Kasi most of the foreigners, they disrespect yung Filipina women eh. Na parang, feeling na dahil foreigner sila, meron silang, parang, "Hey, look at me, I'm third world country, right? Get your women." Parang ganun yung mentality ng mga iba. Hindi naman lahat pero ganun eh. Kasi, ako, I've been semi kind of like a foreigner sa ibang, kasi I used to be a medical representative eh. I was based in Rojas City. So parang gets ko yung vibe na I'm not from there, taga Manila ako, tas may mga women doon, so parang sila parang all eyes on me or all eyes. Parang alam mo yung parang yung confidence na I'm not from here, I can do whatever I want. So parang gets ko yung yung swag ng mga yon. Pero hindi okay yun eh.
No, but I don't think this was just him trying to pick me up. It just felt that, you know, it was
He might
just
kill you, right?
no naman kill me, but like, it was just really a weird, you know, we were talking about those stairs.
There was bad intent.
There was bad intent for sure, and I just didn't feel safe. Like, gives me the chills, you know, after that moment.
Yun yung what I like about women eh. You have this gut instinct to
always
assess, no?
follow your gut. Yeah.
Na parang like ito, parang pwede mo namang hindi gawin to eh. Itong podcast, eh, diba? What made you do it? Tapos sinama pa si Maureen, di ba?
No, I think you're a fun guy, and you know, collaborating together is always good for people in our industry. So why not, right?
Kasi nowadays sa Philippines, ito siya sa mga yung mga hinaing ko sa industry. Kasi bilang up and coming na YouTuber, parang podcaster, hindi gusto makipag-collaborate sa'yo ng someone na maraming viewers eh. It's either marami ka rin dapat viewers eh. Kailangan you have to show your value din eh. Even if they like your content, parang, kasi my manager doesn't want to collaborate with 300 subscribers on YouTube eh. So parang, sorry. So parang ganun yung yung, kaya nga sobra akong appreciative sa inyong dalawa na pinagbigyan niyo ako kasi parang, 'di ba, 300
and thank you for having us. We always wanted to be in a podcast.
Diba?
Yes, honestly. Again, like we said earlier, we want more events, more connections, more exposure. So it's good for us too.
Yeah. And building connections is always a good thing. Like, who knows, later down the line, you could be hosting for us, or, you know, like, it's
Diba?
always good to make connections.
Yun nga.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
So,
you
we can end with that naman.
Yeah.
Ubusan ako ng English eh. So, where can they find you? Social media.
Yes, so you can find me at Maureen Montagne on all of my platforms except for TikTok, which I'm embarrassed about. It's at Maureen.
Okay, you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook. My name is Samantha Panlilio. And also, you can follow my dog. Her name is Lady Panlilio on Instagram.
Okay. Is that all?
Yes.
Okay, with that, we are